And welcome back to Family Farms. Today we're gonna do our garden tour. It's the beginning of May now, and I just want to give you a little update on how everything's looking. We're gonna start at the front of the property and work our way around and back over and end at the vegetable garden. So let's take a look. Okay, so here I've got a forsythia bush along with, I don't know if you can see them very well, but there's these little snapdragon seedlings that are sprinkled in through here. So hopefully I'll get a little bit of color soon. And then I also have 1, 2, 3 peony bushes. Now this one is a replacement for one that I had planted here that did not survive the winter. The nursery that I use, they are super great, and they have a wonderful policy. If something doesn't survive the year, they'll replace it for you. So I have to plant that one. And then I also have, I don't know if you can see it on here or not, but this kind of popping up. I don't know what it is, but it's popping up. I got that. And there's monkey grass sprinkled all in through here, and then my other forsythia bush, as well as, again, another unknown plant that seems to be doing something. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna let it be and see what happens. And a little update on the lawn. It is looking a little forest-like right now, but we're trying to let the red clover go ahead and flower before we mow it down to get everything to a much more manageable height. But thankfully it's clover for the most part. There are a few other grasses and like little trees trying to grow in the yard, but it's fine. It'll be easily controlled. And then the tree bed right here, some irises. These are growing great, but they just haven't, they're not gonna bloom this year due to when we move them. But all of this red clover has little buds everywhere, so we are excited. And then nothing has really changed in this bed besides the sage growing, and I need to move this to a better location. I'm just happy though that it came back this spring, so we're gonna let it do its thing for just a little bit longer. Maybe the next tour we'll have those moved. I need to replace the hydrangea. It is from the same nursery as the other. The hydrangea, it is from the same nursery as the other. I forgot about it until last night when I was talking about how the nursery was so great to replace the peony that did not come back. And then this, oh gosh, a juniper? I think it's a juniper. Something along those lines. Those 2 bushes are doing great. There's tons of new growth on here. I mean, it looks fabulous. And more monkey grass, more clover, and little, I know people will call them weeds, but we're gonna call them wildflowers. And they're just kind of sprinkled in throughout, and we're happy about it. And then we have the little side bed here. The azalea is still blooming, looking great. I need to go in here and kind of deadhead some of this, but there is more buds.
Mommy, is that bush a berry bush?
No, it's not a berry bush.
But this one is?
It does grow berries, yes. Yeah, the azalea is doing great over here. I do need to give her some compost and just get that fertilized a little bit. And we've not planted anything else over here. Nothing's changed. As you will see in a couple other videos, we did update this area a little bit. We moved out the chicken coop that was in there and removed the door that was up here and built new ones. So we've got a nice, lovely new door and a new chicken coop that is much better suited for the number of chickens that we have now and how big they are. They're in jail right now because we're trying to help them understand that that's where they go back to every night. Nothing's been planted here. The clematis that was over here seems to be struggling. I don't know if the dogs got it or if the chickens had got it when the coop was still over here or what, but she's struggling majorly. And up here we have the citronella and lemon balm that we repotted. I also have a pot of tomato cuttings, so I'm going to try to get those to root and hopefully have a couple more tomato plants that I can gift over. But then we also have, I'm sorry for the terrible lighting right now, y'all, but we have our little porch pots. Something keeps digging in them. The mean old squirrels. In one of the other pots, they completely dug up this plant, but everything's doing good on here. Like this one, that's a new little flower on there. So this plant is loving its life, completely taking over. So it's doing great. If I have to replace any plants in here, I might just get some more of those. And then there's this one. This is what the squirrels dug up, and I'm not very happy about it. But I don't know if how well you can see that because of the lighting. But I'm pretty upset. They dug it up, broke this off, and very rude. And here's the last porch pot. Doing good. It will. Alright, and then this pot, I had planted up a couple cloves of garlic in here. If you're going by planting by the signs, I planted it on a bad day to plant. I thought they were dead because they did not come up. I thought they just rotted. And then Oliver came in here and he dug around in it, and I was like, they're for sure dead. So I planted this onion and it started growing. And then the garlic came up. So I don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to let things grow until they don't fit. So we'll have fun with it. It's just an experiment. The onion was extra that I couldn't fit other places. The garlic was just a clove of garlic I had bought to cook with, and I was like, let's see what happens. And there we go. Here's an update on the wildflower garden. Look at all of that lovely lush green. We have the clover in between the pavers popping up. And we've got a couple little zinnia seedlings over here popping up. The hollyhocks back in there look great. The rose, look at her. She's got a bud. Well, she has several buds, but that one's about to open. And then we have our blackberry bush here, which almost gets us to the vegetable garden. Those irises there are at the end of their bloom cycle, so we've been enjoying them. I do wish some of the others along the fence row had bloomed this year. There was only one yellow one that did. Nothing else has. I'm a little sad because in all of these irises, there are some really fun colored ones that we got to see last year, and we've not seen yet this year. So hopefully next year we'll get to see those again. Last things in the backyard here is the butterfly bush that has been trying its best to come back to life. She is looking good. I just put some compost on there to top dress her, and then the clematis. I mean, she's doing great and loving life over here. Got that topped with compost as well. It brings us into the start of the vegetable garden. We'll start here with the 3-tier bed. I had planted some chamomile back here, just scattered some seeds. It didn't take. I didn't realize until after I'd done it that they require light to germinate, and I had mixed them into the soil. So I have a couple tiny baby basils popping up.
Mommy, this is strawberry.
Yeah, a couple tiny baby basils popping up, so I'm excited about those growing. Marigolds are doing great and loving life. As you can see, we have fruit on several of these. Squirrels have gotten to some of them, and that's pretty upsetting, but I think we're gonna cover this in like a deer netting or something to try to protect them, or even just get some of those little mesh bags to put over the fruit. We also have this strawberry plant down here with these beautiful pink flowers. She has got a fruit right here, and I'm excited to try these.
I'm excited.
It's not ready yet.
You can try that one.
Yeah, they're not ready yet. And then this is my broccoli that is she's growing. It's just
Can I have broccoli?
not yet. It's just not producing a actual broccoli head yet. Same for this one. I don't know if they'll do anything, like if I'll actually get a broccoli head out of these. We planted those out here way too late. But now we know, and we won't make the same mistake next year.
Next year.
We moved these pots into here with the hopes of filling them with Miracle-Gro or something just crazy that we know that things are gonna grow. But after this started happening and exploding, we didn't have that fear of stuff not growing anymore. So we've just not progressed with that. We have 3 hot lemon peppers, 2 what are supposed to be jalapeno, or 3 supposed to be jalapeno peppers, I think. That one might be an Anaheim pepper, or no, that one's supposed to be a poblano, or maybe not. I should have put tags in the bed on some of these, but I definitely have peppers on this side of this bed, flowers in the middle, and then squash, cucumbers, and zucchini on the other side. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these other, the squash and things, because they have fruit. They're growing. They have vegetables on them, and I am so excited. Alright, so we have a zucchini and a zucchini, but in this zucchini, look at that. And then there's also another one right there as well that's growing. And I'm sure there's more that I just haven't seen yet, but she's doing great. I've got cucumber here. We set this partial pallet on the side here to help keep it off the ground and maybe kind of control where it goes, because they are gonna vine. They just are. But over here on the squash, we have, if I can find her, this little baby squash. Hopefully you guys can see her, but I am excited. We have had this stuff out in the garden for over a month, and I'm just over the moon to see things actually growing fruit and doing well. My little baby rabbit munching on some lettuce. You need to leave the lettuce alone because we're going to have that for dinner, okay? Okay. Okay, so that brings us on to the tomato and bell pepper bed. We've got the beefsteak tomatoes right here. I need to go get some more of the tomato cages and start training these, because like that stem is thick and they're flopping over from the wind. Same goes for this one, and I just want to train those to go up a little bit straighter. I believe these 3 should be beefsteaks. I'll put up on the screen what they're supposed to be, because I don't remember off the top of my head. Like I said, I really should put tags in the beds. And then I have 2 bell peppers, a poblano, and then our flowers inside. This poor lavender is getting bullied by this tomato, so I need to take care of that. But look at her, she's got little buds up there. Oh, I can't wait to see her flower. It's gonna be awesome. Everything in these beds is loving their life, as you can tell by our salad bed. The arugula keeps trying to go to seed on me. I keep plucking it off so that way I can get just a little bit more time out of it. Here are the carrots, looking wonderfully lush. Like, that looks like a beautiful forest right there. And look at the base of that one. Hold on, let's see. Look at the base. That is so thick. Oh, I cannot wait to see what those look like. Then we have lettuce, which is looking fabulous. Some flowers. I did plant out a couple more onions that were doing good. I need to take this broccoli that I pulled up that was not going to do anything at all, and these cucumbers down to the chickens. But since they're locked up right now, learning the new coop, we're not doing that. More onions that I popped out, but here are the original onions that we planted. Look at them! They've grown so much. And then more radishes. We are waiting on these to finish growing. Looks like okay, so what? I think there's just lettuce, yeah. Where Oliver has eaten on the lettuce several times. But yeah, here are the radishes. We're just waiting on those to finish developing. Shouldn't be too much longer. This heat that's coming in should really finish those off. And then as well as these radishes are coming along. Our in-ground bed, we have several of our green beans coming up, and the sunflowers are looking fabulous in here. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. None of those have come up. 19, 20 plants come up so far. So, hold on. I'm missing more. So unless I miscounted when I was planting, there should be 10 of the Royal Burgundy, 10 of the Tenderette, 5. Oh, so maybe. No, okay, so 10 Royal Burgundy, 10 Tenderette, 5 Blue Lake, and 5 of the Yellow Wax. Now I definitely replanted 3 Tenderettes at least, and then 5 of the Yellow Wax beans. Sunflowers are doing great. Butterfly bush is getting little bitty flowers. So excited. And then we still have a small area that's unplanted. And then our jalapenos and tomatoes. Last but not least, we do have our little salad bed that's going. I don't know that anything much will happen with that one. We're just gonna let it be. But our last thing that we have to talk about are our new berries. We bought 10 new plants down by my in-laws. There's a small nursery there, and he sells smaller plants, but for really great prices. So we are super excited to get these. So we have 2 bush cherries. The variety is a Nanking cherry. So we have 2 Nanking cherries. We have 2 raspberries. There's a fall gold, and then where's the other one? I believe it's this one. Nope, that's the blackberry. So then this one should be the other raspberry. A heritage raspberry. And oh, yes. And then we have 2 elderberries as well, the goji berry, and then 2 blueberries. The blueberries, again, are different varieties. It's a Misty and Legacy variety. These are very small starts. Don't foresee any fruits happening on them, but we'll get them planted, and next year we should have a wonderful harvest. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe and like this video. I would love for you to come along and follow us on this journey as our garden grows and changes through the seasons. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.